Hello, I'm Richard Winters, and for over 40 years, I've been trying to learn how to train horses, trying to figure out how to communicate an idea to them in a way that they can understand. I've seen individuals get high-level maneuvers done with horses and said, why can they do that and I can't do that? But quite a few years ago, I started getting some more help, and it really revolutionized what I was doing with horses when I was asking them to step up their game, asking for a little more performance, athleticism, collection, and refinement, and it all has to do with body control. So I want to take you through a series of 4 exercises that I continually work on with my horses. These are horses that can really do some high-level maneuvers. I want to show you these things that are integral to what I do in training my horses, and without them, I just can't get it done. Now, these particular exercises, you don't need to go out and do them exactly like I do them. If you have your own way or own technique, that's fine. I ride with a lot of great horsemen and horsewomen, and they have their own way of doing it, but everybody that's getting higher levels of horsemanship done has a way to control these body parts. We're going to call this 4-part harmony and divide our horse up into 4 different sections. Our horse's head and neck, their shoulders, their rib cage, and their hind end. Just like 4-part harmony when people are singing, if everybody doesn't know their part, it's not going to sound good. If you have 3 people that sing very well and 1 person that doesn't know their part, it's still not going to sound right. You need to take that 1 person aside, have them work on their part, then come back together and the whole song can sound great. It's the same way when I go to do a flying lead change. If it's not working, I need to figure out what part of my horse's body was not right. Get that part right, and then go back in and execute the maneuver, or as my example goes, sing that song. So I'm going to ride my mare around a little bit and give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Now, the first thing that I'm thinking about is my horse's head and neck. That if I pick up on this bridle, I need my horse to come in and say, yes, sir, what can I do for you? That there needs to be a softness and a responsiveness there. But oftentimes we pick up on the reins and they don't say, yes, sir, they say, ah, ah, ah. You get a busy signal, don't you? And so I'm continually working on this feel. Some horsemen call it a soft feel. Someone might say riding a horse up in the bridle. Some people might say on the bit. Whatever you want to say is fine. And I don't insist that they stay there 100% of the time, but if I pick up, they need to come in and get soft. And this is something that you will have to work on forever, because in all reality, horses have a tendency to want to get dull. Just like your pocket knife doesn't stay sharp on its own, it has a tendency to want to get dull. Your horse will have a tendency to get bracy and stiff through their head, neck, and poll. And just something to consider as you figure out a way to get that horse soft, let your legs help you a little bit. I will push that horse up into that bridle, holding with my hands and pushing with my legs. We talk about collection. I think collection is vertical flexion with impulsion. There needs to be that drive from behind. I'm convinced that if you don't like what they feel like throughout their head, neck, and poll, you're not going to like anything they do. If it doesn't feel soft in here, if they're not coming in and saying, yes, what can I do for you? Then everything else is going to fall apart. So I'm going to continually work on this part number 1, my horse's head and neck. And again, think about what your legs can do for you. It's not just seesawing my hands back and forth, getting so busy, but holding with my hands and driving with my legs. Collection is vertical flexion with impulsion. You don't have to do it just like I do it, and you don't have to call it just what I call it, but you've got to do something to get control over these body parts. You get these body parts working for you, you get control of each one of these areas of your horse's body, then you will be prepared for higher levels of performance, and you can go on and do those things that you've always envisioned doing and always dreamed about. I'm Richard Winters, and I appreciate you watching.